How's it going, everybody? It's Sports Card Walt, the Card Maniac. I'm at my son's tennis practice, and I haven't posted a video on YouTube in a bit, so I just wanted to take this time, since I have some time here, to just kind of go over some things, and I'll just upload this. This week we had a decent amount of stuff retail-wise. You know, we had the Topps update, blaster boxes, which I knew were coming to... Basically every Target now has them, Walmart's too. And then hangers, I think, next week for Walmart's and Targets. I would expect the hangers. Check your GameStops still. I still found some hangers at GameStop location yesterday, in fact. Various stores will have, 8 to 10 hangers. And they still have blasters, fat packs, all that stuff. So there's not a shortage of Topps update by any stretch of the imagination. It is less printed than like a Series 1 or Series 2, but there's still going to be quite a bit of it out there. We had the Prestige football release for retail. Blasters, honestly, they're not that bad. They're better than Elite football. You can actually get, you can actually pull a lot of numbered stuff. You can't do that out of Elite. Like, there's only like 2 numbered versions out of Elite, and they're like really high numbered versions, like $8.99 or $6.99 or $2.99, I think, or something like that is like the best you can do. So at least for Prestige, you have some short prints, some quote unquote case hits, and then you'll have a lot of chances to get like even like one-of-ones and inserts and some autographs, whatnot. And of course the mega boxes, which I believe now are online on Target.com. They'll be fairly desirable. Price point $45, I think. So luckily they didn't jack the price up on those. I don't think so, compared to last year. Obviously it's not the $35 that they once were, back when it debuted, I think back in 2018 or 2019. I think it was 2019, the Kyler Murray rookie year, is when like $35 mega boxes to pull one-of-ones. Like I pulled 2 one-of-ones back then. It's probably one of the best releases they've ever done. So $45 isn't bad, considering, a lot of the other price points out there. So watch out for Prestige football next week, or mega boxes maybe in stores next week. We're still looking for the premium stock stuff for NBA, right? So again, based on Dick's Sporting Goods' ship date for blasters of like December 5th, I wouldn't expect to see blasters or megas not until maybe the end of this month, end of November. I think maybe then that's when you might start seeing them. Now the collection boxes, that's another story. It looks like Sam's Club's, it's kind of gone off out of stock, and then it kind of comes back very briefly. Like they're like shooting out literally small quantities. So I'm sure some people are getting their hands on some of that stuff. As far as in physical Sam's Clubs, I haven't seen any reports of anybody finding it in stores. I've gone to a few locations. I even went to one in North Carolina last week, a couple in Florida, Central Florida, and there's no sign of it yet. Doesn't mean there won't be soon. I still think they're not going to be nearly as crazy or desirable as as those premium stock boxes were, the $129.99, almost like an H2 or hybrid hobby kind of release. But, to be able to pull black discos, I think it's discos or black pulsars, one-of-ones, as well as golds, even the oversized cards that you'll get has the possibility of a gold or a gold vinyl. Could make those fairly okay. I mean, for $46 or $47 plus tax, or you can certainly do worse out there. So that's about it, really. We have Topps Chrome update, I think, is November 13th, so probably not for about 2 weeks. And I think GameStops actually will probably be your best bet, again, for a lot of that stuff, to be able to shoot those out on like the actual release date for many GameStops, compared to waiting like that extra week or 2 for like big box stores like Target and Walmart's to get them is a plus. So watch out for that. Probably, I guess, what are we at? Like a week from this coming Wednesday is when we should start seeing those. Football, what else? We got Dunner's football. I know we have those Costco boxes that, I think they've run their course, so to speak. But then I think we should still start seeing blasters and like even the holiday blasters right around the start of the holidays. So I think we'll start seeing those probably at the end of the month as well. So chance for downtowns, the normal size downtowns. Let's see what else we have. Basketball, again, the premium stock basketball. I think that'll do it for this season, or this the previous season. But of course, the big thing will be the WNBA select stuff. So I think they're doing megas, but blasters for sure. So they're online. People are starting to rip them. We're starting to see those on YouTube and social media and stuff. I would expect, my best guess is Walmart's Central Florida. Just speaking of the Central Florida area, I would expect maybe to see those blasters next Wednesday. About the soonest is probably about next Wednesday for WNBA blasters. They're not, they're going to be pretty tough, right? $35, I believe. Caitlin Clark cards don't exactly flow out of that, which is probably a good thing. I mean, if everybody was pulling Caitlin's every single blaster, then the values won't hold as well. I mean, obviously, trying to get a numbered Caitlin Clark is going to be paramount. That's going to be where your money's at. But yeah, debut edition, we know that the base is not going to be that blue, like the blue base like they do for the NBA Select. So it's going to be like a normal Select product. And then there will be a chance, I think, of getting like a retail version of a gold, or maybe in a 101, if they have a mega box coming out or a hanger box or something like that. So those will be fairly desirable. I'd imagine it won't be like impossible to find, I don't think. It's still, at the end of the day, it's still WNBA stuff. But with the Caitlin Clark craze, I'd expect it to be, it's not going to just sit on shelves forever, or for a long period of time. So that's about it. State of the hobby, or state of in general, it's still pretty tough out there. Trying to sell singles, trying to sell lots of cards. It's really just the superstar names, right? It's just if it's not Shohei Ohtani, even Victor Wembanyama stuff, it's I'd still probably consider buying Victor. You're not going to be able to find like a low numbered card like cheap by any stretch, but I'm sure you can pick up silver SPs, or however you want to call them, SPs. I'm sure you can still get a bunch of Prism base, a bunch of maybe Monopoly parallels. I bet you can probably get now that Phoenix is out and Mosaic's out and Premium Stock's out, or a little bit out, you can probably get a Victor number to 99 or 199. Like, it shouldn't cost you like a lot, like it shouldn't cost like a huge amount of money, which sucks for sellers, but it's great for buyers. And if you're still a believer of Victor, he's kind of had a wonky first part of the season, or first 5 games, but the other night he showed what he's capable of. And that's not the crap on Chet Holmgren himself either. Like, if you're holding on to him, that team, like the Thunder team in general, is just a way better team than the Spurs are, right? So Chet stuff should be pretty decent. That 2022-23 class was actually looking pretty good there for a second, with Paulo going off the way he did, and then he has that injury. Really tough. For a second there, it almost looked like going after some, retail 22-23 was looking pretty good. Now, unfortunately, with his injury, not so much. But Chet stuff, Chet's going to be on a really good team. Just a better team in general. So it'll be interesting to see how the hobby takes to him as the season goes on, when they get to the playoffs, all that stuff. But yeah, for baseball-wise, it's tough to sell baseball right now. Unless it's just like a super crazy card that you're wanting to just sell off of, like a top rookie, Ellie Jackson, one of the Jacksons, Paul Skeens even. If it's not like a crazy card, I think you're gonna have a little bit of tough a time selling it, because we're in that time of the season. Baseball's over. Baseball's kind of like everybody's rear view, right? So even if you pull like a really cool out of update, even if you get like a really great card out of update, I would hold. You got to hold until spring training, unless you're just very desperate, or you pull like a crazy Skeens, you just want to sell it and recoup some money, or just make some money, or whatever, however you want to do it. I still think, this is the time of year where, baseball really dies off as far as like the, maybe some interest in Bowman Draft when that comes out. And sure, the Topps Chrome update will be, a bit of a bump there. for some of the rookies, but it's a tough time to sell baseball, unless you're Shohei Ohtani, basically. So yeah, basketball, hockey. I forgot to mention for hockey, we should still see like that Metal Universe retail, which is kind of tough. I like the hobby version of the Skybox Metal Universe because you can get those, the desirable PMGs, the precious metal gems, which you can't get in retail. They have like a Spectrum purple parallel that they'll do. But it's still cool stuff. And of course, the Bedard chase is still kind of prevalent. But that's always a product. And I think it's out, or it comes out pretty soon. The hobby version of 2022 or 23-24 Skybox Metal Universe hockey. If somebody was lucky enough to pull a Bedard, green PMG or red PMG, that's going to be a pretty big card, even long term, I think. And it's just going to look really cool too. I wish retail had their own PMG, even if it was like a bronze or a copper or something like that. Even if they named the Spectrum like a purple PMG, I think it would just immediately bump the value, immediately bump the, not the hype, but just like the popularity of that product. I don't know why they do that way. It is what it is. But I'm going to cap off this video. That's about it. I'm going to stop rambling here, but, baseball pretty much over with. We still got Topps Chrome update for retail, hobby-wise, the Bowman draft stuff will come. Actually, no, Stadium Club. I forgot about Topps Stadium Club. There'll be retail of that. Have all the rookies, Skeens, Ellie, cool parallels. Sometimes that's quite often kind of a sneaky product that people tend to forget about. So as far as baseball goes. So yeah, watch out for that as well. Probably in the next couple weeks for sure, I believe, for Stadium Club Baseball. So forgot to mention about that. That'll do it. We'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.